Evening, everyone. How are we all doing?
Hi.
Hi. Well, obviously, I'm Ben Sellars from Ben's Army, and this is my partner or fiancée, Shana Bolt. As you can see, there's a third one inside there coming along. Ben's Army really started about 2 years ago, or last January. I was a trainer inside a commercial gym, just a contracted PT, and I was getting more and more rules put on me, on top of me, from the gym owner. And it just confined me down, and as you know, as an entrepreneur, you want to expand, you want to grow. So the only way to do that was jump out and do it myself. And so last April, I took the jump and opened up Ben's Army in a warehouse gym. As you can see, they were the initial photos that we took. As you can see as well, it is very empty, very sparse. The biggest thing I did, I started all this marketing, had all these leads come in, and I have zero recollection of where they are or who they were. Or I had people coming into the gym, doing boot camps and PT, and we didn't write one name down. So no lead tracking was the biggest, most terrible mistake I've ever done at the start.
And just to backtrack, before, obviously Ben had already started up the business, we met, and I was actually 110 kilos. And when I met Ben, I had come out of an abusive relationship, and prior to that, I'd spent my whole high school years being bullied and basically had dropped out of school because I had depression. So when I met Ben, and he knew that I wanted to lose my weight, and he wanted to help me, and he actually liked me for how big I was. It meant a lot to me. And so once I met Ben, in 5 months, I actually lost 40 kilos. And it's thanks to Ben. So it's thanks to Ben that actually helped me myself overcome my goals and helped me lose my weight, that I felt that good about myself that I wanted to be able to help others, and I wanted to kind of guide others and have them feel the way I felt about myself. And I mean, at that point, I was pretty down and out, abusive relationship, and then I met Ben, so I started in the business, and obviously here we are today. So I just wanted to share that.
Yeah. When we joined MPE, or when I started MPE last January, or when we started, we were doing only about $14,000 a month, and with a facility the size we had, you're looking at about $4,000 a month in just rent. So, and then you got staffing on top of that, or overpaid staff cutting into that, and then you got your startup costs of a gym. There was nothing left. So I remember one week, after paying my bills, I had $200 in the bank account.
Ben actually said to me, I wish I didn't open up the gym.
That was tough. We didn't, as you can see on the bottom photo, I didn't even have enough equipment to fill the gym space that I'd leased. I was buying equipment off eBay here and there, and the leg press that you can see, the little black thing there, didn't even work, but it was sat there for 2 months just filling up space because I couldn't fill the gym. I had no real marketing tools. I was doing random Facebook posts here and there. I even remember getting warnings from Facebook that I haven't posted on my Facebook page for over 2 weeks, but I was a brand new business because I was doing everything. This was before Shana came in. I was doing all the PT sessions. I was doing all the boot camp sessions. I was trying to do the admin, whatever I thought had to be done. I had just come out of a divorce. I wasn't seeing my daughter, so my head was scattered. Plus, I had bad staff that were sending me crazy. I was literally I was seeing psychologists 2 weeks up, the weeks after I'd opened the gym. I was actually seeing a psych because of everything was happening to me. So, as it says, no family time. My daughter is the biggest thing to my life, and I wasn't seeing her. There was a period of about 3 weeks where I didn't even see her. And then when Shana came along, since the work, I had to start work at 6 a.m, finish at 9 p.m, 3 days a week, and then the other 2 days during the week I would start at 10 a.m. and finish at 9 p.m. So there was about 60 hours a week I was at the gym, and I was always on the phone in the morning on the Tuesday, Thursday doing random bits and pieces, so there was absolutely no downtime. It was just absolutely chronic. So, and I'd actually started a second startup company, a paleo meals company. So I'd finish work at 9 p.m. at the gym, then come home and get on my computer and start building the website for paleo meals and trying to develop that out, and finish about 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning.
And by that time he's got to be up at 5 in the morning. There's no time for us.
It was hectic. As it says, financially terrible. There was no profit margins in anything I was doing. I didn't know where the money was going because I wasn't tracking my leads. I didn't know how much I was spending on Facebook. I didn't know what I was doing at all. It just, as I stated in my work hours, you can't live like that. And Shana was the same as well. She was at the gym all day with me, but we weren't achieving anything. So it was not what you're putting in, it's what you're getting out, and we weren't getting anything out. And the life of our old staff.
The joys.
Staff weren't keeping records of who they were training, when they were training them, their before and after measurements, their photos.
We lost everything. We didn't have any, like if we needed clients' photos and they were asking for it, well, we couldn't give them to them because our staff weren't giving them to us.
Then our clients were getting annoyed at us because we weren't keeping their records and they wanted to see their before and afters. So then once you disappoint your clients, and then they look elsewhere to go somewhere else. That's somebody that's going to be a bit more professional with their records, at least. We had staff not showing up for sessions because they didn't check their schedules, so we'd book them in for sessions and they wouldn't check. So then you're constantly chasing your tail around trying to get the client happy again with a makeup session, and it never does the job. And then once we did let go of staff members, since we didn't have contracts on any of our services.
Or the staff members as well?
We never had staff contracts, we didn't have client contracts. As soon as they went to another gym down the road, they'd ring up all the clients that they were training at my gym, and they'd just all transition.
Yeah, so our figures were just up and down, like we had no idea what we were doing.
I remember sitting there one day watching one of our female trainers walk around training her client with her arms crossed, head down, for the whole session. She didn't look up, she didn't pick up any weight, she just kind of followed her around the boot camp side. That was all she did. So as you can tell, we didn't hire great staff because we didn't know how to interview them, what to interview them on, or any of the stuff MPE taught us. So this is everything that happened.
Plus we were just desperate. I mean, Ben and I were working crazy hours, we had no time for anything, let alone the admin, so we just hired whoever. So obviously the people we were getting were just not the people we wanted.
And then when one of my good friends, that was a staff member, a PT, he actually lied about going back to the gym that we used to work at before Ben's Army. He actually lied about moving to Melbourne and working for another gym, except he just sat in Ballarat for a month and then went and worked for him, then rang up all our clients and they went and trained for him there. So he was somebody I really trusted with deep personal secrets, and it just completely exploited that. And you feel so vulnerable when somebody you classify as a deep friend completely destroys you that way. It's heartbreaking to be least.
I think we lost about $2,000 a week with that staff member doing that to us. So.
And when you're only doing $4,500 a week and you lose $2,000 of it, and your rent's $1,000 a week, and then you got home rent, which is another $300 a week, there's not much left over.
No.
One of our female clients, that she actually decided to start sleeping with my best friend, and another male client, he was sleeping with a female client for 12 months and we never knew about it.
And lied about it once we confronted them. So.
And they blatantly lied, and then we had clients talking about it here and saying that PTs at Ben's Army sleeps with their clients, and
so it wasn't giving us a good look.
Who wants a reputation of that kind of sleaze?
And being a couple as well, obviously owning a gym and being trainers, you don't want people thinking that your trainers are sleeping with your clients, because it makes us look bad as well.
And it only continued on with the male trainers trying to hook up with the female clients all the time. As I said, before we met MPE, we were doing less than $3,000 a week. at the moment, we're averaging $8,200 a week, and we have...
That's since January.
That's since January this year. So we've over doubled our revenue in 9 months effectively. All the money that was coming in was going straight back to business. As we've mentioned many times, there was zero profit margin in it all. As I said, 2 months after I opened, I was down to $200 in my bank account. And because my ex-wife, she was financially backing the gym with all the loans, the lease. As soon as the bank found out about the divorce, they started freaking out because my old house that I used to own was the guarantee for the business loan. So I had to quickly try and hustle and get the house sold so I could pull that money out of the house and put it in a trust loan, or in a trust against a loan for the business. That was a very scary time because I thought the bank was going to just pull everything out from underneath me. They were pretty close to it. So it could have been one more bill in the mail where that would have sent me over the top, and within 6 months you're declaring bankruptcy and just another figure of a startup business. We didn't actually turn a profit until after we started MPE. We started with MPE 12 months after I'd started Ben's Army. So you can imagine it was not fun. And you can remember back to the photos I had of the gym, there was nothing in there. There was a couple of lat pull down machines, a fair few second-hand pieces which I'd brought for $200 here and there. The only thing that was new in there was the racks, the CrossFit rig systems, which were pretty cheap to buy to start with, and some dumbbells and some boot camp equipment which I already had. When I met Shana, I was living in my suitcase, going from clients to I was actually living with clients at the time because I didn't have any money to build up any money for a bond on a loan, on a rental house. So I was actually asking clients if I can go live out of my suitcase. And by the time I met Shana, I was on my third house of living with somebody. And Shana actually put the money up for us to get a house together. And then I couldn't afford to buy my daughter any toys or clothes.
Because of obviously having 2 houses, there's different stuff.
So Shana actually brought the first toys that I got for my daughter and clothing, and that's how tough we had it when we first met. And we just bonded and held tight, and we have held tight. So when you go through the thick and thin of that kind of struggle, that once you do come into prosperous times, that you will be able to grow your family. And I never thought I'd ever be able to afford to be able to support the growth of another baby, or get engaged and actually be able to afford an engagement ring or a wedding or anything like that, or build up a deposit for another home or anything. And we're doing all that. She's got the ring, the baby, and we're actually going through pre-approval for a home loan at the moment. And we're planning our surprise wedding for late January before the baby comes.
So don't tell anyone on Facebook.
Yeah, every single bill I was coming in the mail at the time, I was paying overdue. I was just always waiting for that. I'd ignore the first one. I'd just wait for the second or third warning to come in the mail, because that's all we could do. Living week to week, it was pretty, yeah.
Yeah. And mind you, at this time, Ben was competing in bodybuilding comps, and anybody who knows anything about bodybuilding knows that all your money goes into training and food, and so everything we were making was going back.
Because I'd come out of such a bad relationship, I just focused on something that was positive that wouldn't blow my own personal morale up. So bodybuilding comps. So I was eating 2.5 kilos of meat a day, 2.5 kilos of broccoli a day, plus your 2.5 kilos of sweet potato on your carb refeed days. You can imagine that gets very, very expensive.
And because Ben was doing the bodybuilding comps, and we had no idea about marketing, when I first met him, all his marketing and all his advertising on Facebook was awesome photos of Ben.
Since I thought I looked all right. So I'd put all the photos up on me bodybuilding, I'd put up all me posing pictures of showing your quads off or your abs or something like that.
Because he thought that's what everyone wanted to see, and he thought everyone wanted to look like him. So it was kind of scaring away the women, and attracting more blokes, which wasn't really working.
You were getting
for
the
us.
typical bodybuilder bloke that wanted to come in and pay $10 a week membership, nothing more, nothing less. Even hitch up for a free membership because he thought he was top shit. The weight loss clients weren't even coming because they thought I was just a meathead bodybuilder, and it wasn't what we're doing at all. But that's what I portrayed. And every single female that did walk in the door goes,
Was scared.
"Oh, I thought you were a bodybuilder that was just going to hurt me."
Or
Thank God.
make them look like bodybuilders, and we all know women are scared of lifting weights, so it definitely wasn't a good mix for our business.
No. The marketing, I was offering 2 weeks free boot camp, come in and try it. And I'd have someone ring up and go, "Can I come in for the 2 weeks?" I go, "Yeah, that's great." And that was the end of the phone call. I wouldn't get their name, their phone number, their email, nothing.
Same as when they came in, we didn't know who had when started the 2 weeks.
There'd
or
be a
when
new
they were
face and go,
finishing.
"Hi, I'm Ben," and let's go into the boot camp.
Yeah, it was messy.
There was no such thing as a consultation.
We didn't have offices. I reckon we probably lost.
I've
maybe
gone back through the
500
emails.
plus.
Actually, last week I went back through all the emails where I used to get them coming in. On my Hotmail account, which has the Ben's Army email linked into it, there's 14 pages of email names
Of leads that we got that
We
obviously we burnt.
14 pages. It's about 400 leads all up. As I said, I had a warning from Facebook that I didn't even post for 2 weeks. And what kind of business in the social media empire that we live in these days doesn't post for 2 weeks? It's just not heard of. I didn't have a website. I had a website under construction thingy up because I just had no energy or focus in even to bother with it. I was just plodding along. We've now built out our own website copying Startup Active's kind of designs. But now we are actually getting the Startup Active one, but we've gone through and got multiple pages and or prettied them out with good artwork and free consultation boxes, integrated Google Maps, live Google Maps, free reports, hyperlinked it to all the other stuff and got star pages, and Active really built it out properly. Now we're going to the next level again, simply because we couldn't afford to go to the best like Startup Active. We didn't have the revenue for it, so now we do. Cheap membership options, I had $10 a week, in and out, no contracts.
With the PTs, it was 3 free sessions. Come in and try it, and if you don't sign up, then yeah, we don't see you again.
So there's a couple of examples of the advertising.
Yeah, wasn't the best.
The biggest fears I had, why I signed up to MPE to get better, was I didn't think I'd be able to provide any kind of life for my children or my family or anything. Being stuck in a failing business and just being another number. I was reacting to what other people thought about me and listening to all the rumours and everything. You go through a divorce and everybody just talks and that brings you down, so it brings your confidence down. So,
and there was actually one stage where another trainer in Ballarat had actually posted some inappropriate stuff on Facebook, obviously slamming us and the gym. How would you explain it?
Yeah, he had a huge following, so we actually had to take him through to court, and he was actually going to be here today, but MPE, such good people they are, they stopped it. So we're here nice and happy, and he's been pushed aside.
But due to obviously all the stuff he was saying, we had to fork out $2,000 in security systems, which we couldn't afford at the time, but needed to have because we couldn't sleep at night knowing that gym was unattended.
Plus the legal fees.
The legal fees, yeah.
And we've gone through that one.
Yeah.
When clients left, they'd talk rumours about how bad we were or this and that because they'd go to the competition and people just talked. It was bringing us all down. That was the bad parts to us. But then we come across MPE. I was referred to MPE by another successful company in Australia. And I knew of another company in town that had used MPE and was pretty successful. So I went and chased them down and found out about and researched more about MPE, organised a meeting, and I didn't even bother with EA, just signed straight up to VIP, just brought the package straight away because I knew it was either go hard or fail.
Yeah.
And that was pretty much it. So we took straight up on the VIP, and we have not looked back at all. Now the biggest thing we do with our staffing is we don't just hire because somebody said, oh, you should hire him. We actually go through the proper auto closer process for all the staffing, the proper lead generation. We've synced up with a personal training institute in Ballarat.
Sage Institute of Fitness, we've got a strategic alliance with them now.
So we have constant staff leads coming through the gym, and we're seeing them because they've got to do 60 hours worth of work experience, so we can see who was really going to fit our mould. We let go of everybody that was holding us back. We just did the push before they jump kind of thing.
At that point, there was one week where Ben and I did 144 PT sessions between us.
Between the two of us.
Yeah, we had no staff.
I was averaging 25 sessions a day on my main days. So I went through a process where I didn't even train for 4 months myself.
And mind you, I'm pregnant and really bad morning sickness for all you mums out there. Training clients definitely doesn't go that well.
We forgot about what personal trainers look like. We hired one female based on her looks, thinking that that's what females want to see as a fit PT, but we scrapped that, and now we don't give stuff. It's all about the interview process, about the personality, the connection that you build with the PTs.
If they're going to fit our business.
Now the PTs we have are amazing. Everybody raves about our PTs. So now they're not just stuck on us as the main people, they rave about our staff members instead of just us. So now that enables us to step back and let the PT start the takeover, which is the first, 3 weeks ago was the first week I did less than 30 PT sessions for months and months and months. Couldn't believe I actually got to train myself a couple of times. Hire on your gut feeling about the personal, the actual PT's personalities and how they're going to actually fit into the system instead of just throwing anybody in you can. Actually researching the PTs. The biggest one the best one we've hired is a PT client. He's gone through and done his course while he was a client of ours, and he absolutely loved Ben's Army before he did his PT course, so he brought all that passion into the job role. And since I was his first PT, he's another copy of me exactly. He's got this more passion, he's got the same training style, he just loves the place. So then he rubs straight off onto the clients, and my old clients, which I didn't think I could give away, they're now training. So there's an example. We had a 80s dressed up this week.
Oh, and don't forget our lovely admin Alex, we wouldn't be probably here today if it wasn't for all her hard work lately. And that awesome slide that she made, yeah.
So there's our groovy 80s week this Wednesday. Corey and Alex are the two in the middle. They're our two other main trainers, and they're the ones saving our life at the moment with the sessions.
Yeah, same with Danny.
Financial gain. The auto closer, as you all know, revolutionises your income stream. I went from signing up one person or a client to one session a week on $40 a week, now to the average ticket sale I've averaged in the last 6 sales is $150 or $132 per person per week. And I signed up 6 in 1 week, so there's another $660 a week into the business, where I used to only be lucky to get one session a week out of them. So that's where I talk about we're going from less than $3,000 a week up to over $8,000 a week now in less than 10 months. It's just through knowing that sales process, and we don't do the 3 or 6 month option, we just go straight to 12 months, and we know if we get somebody in the door, we know we're going to do the sale. We have over a 95% conversion rate between me and Shana, compared to we're lucky to get one session at 50% of the time. It's absolutely amazing when you put them through these direct debit forms and they're $130 a pop.
When our minimum buy-in was $45 a week. So it's a big jump.
Improved marketing, Facebook marketing. We actually get likes and shares and hits on the Facebook now. I know it's not much, but we've grown 1,800 likes on our Facebook page just through organic growth. We don't buy the likes at all. It's just through proper promoting and attention to detail on the Facebook. We've really hit a niche market as the fat loss experts in Ballarat. Before we were the bodybuilders, now we're the niche fat loss experts. We have so many people coming in talking about our weight loss success stories that we don't even have to do the sales. We know that all we have to do is pretty much show them the programs and they'll sign up. By starting the contracts, we don't have people just starting here and there. They'll join up for 1 or 2 weeks in the beginning. Now we have long-term, 12-month minimum clients. We know how much money we can make out of them. We know they're going to be around for long term, so you can actually start to plan out where we're going to be. So now we know by December we want to be doing $10,000 a week. We want to be doing the VIP Pro, and then in 6 to 8 months we want to be in Platinum. We know exactly where we're going to be, and we can really plan that out. We can reverse engineer, as Dane says, is with our lead tracking, with all the systems that we track our leads on. We know what we need to do now, and we know how to get there. It's very clear for us. Our price increases, we've gone through 2 price increases this year, with $5 per session per price increase. So each session now is at least $10 a session dearer than it was at the start of the year. And if you're doing 150 sessions, that's a massive jump in revenue. And we're always fearful that we're going to lose clients from putting the price increase up, but not anymore. Of offering the 3, 6 or 12, we just go straight to 12 now. We've gone through different strategies for marketing. The letterbox drops, we spent a fortune on letterbox drops, and we've completely ditched them out by tracking where your leads come from. So we know it's all about tracking, which we've really gotten onto now. Our campaigns actually target our clients and actually get our niche market in the 22 to 32-year-old males wanting to lose 5+ kilos that want to gain confidence. We know who we are or who we're chasing, and that's who comes into the door now. We have all the social medias going. We're gaining leads from YouTube, from Instagram, from Twitter, from Facebook. We're targeting all categories now, which we only ever used to have Facebook. We're building out an application for the Benzami as well, and we're going to go through Startup Active to build out the website as well. We've got strategic alliance with football teams. Like I've got a gridiron team that I aligned myself with, and I've pulled out 6 PT clients out of it, which are $90 a week because they were a discounted rate because of the alliance. So there's over 40 odd grand a year just out of giving a football team free membership to the gym. So, and then we've actually aligned ourselves with the female gridiron team and a female AFL team. So we're just
bringing in a lot more females into the gym as well.
So a lot more targeted clients. We do a lot of internal marketing now, so we're communicating better with all our members. We do dress-up days. We do 80s Day this Wednesday. 2 months ago, we did a superhero day where we got everybody dressed up in superhero costumes and come in and train. We got pictures of Wolverine. I was Captain America. We Miss Superman and everything. It was crazy. This is our rebranding process. We stood up here in spring training, promised that we were up here with laser training, and we promised that we would rebrand. And so we went home, did all the rebranding process, and we kept the same kind of format with our logo, but we've softened it right up, and it's a more stimulating logo for our current clients. Changing facility, we've got the whiteboards that communicate all the different ideas with clients that are coming in through the door. Community boards with businesses advertising other businesses through our clients. We've absolutely chock-jammed our gym out full of equipment. We've actually run out of space now. We've brought so much more equipment this year. We brought 10 pieces of pin-loaded, so you can imagine that's not cheap, but we've got the space and the revenue now to do it, and the clients absolutely love it. We've built out 2 new offices on the recommendations from MPE, so we've got proper built consultation offices which make it so much better for sales. New kids zone, so parents can bring the kids and they don't have to worry about babysitters or anything. It just makes it easier for our clients. That's a picture of our surveillance system of all the equipment, so you can see there is no free space in and around the gym at all now. And that's another picture from the other side. So we've got boxing gear, we've got stretch cages, we've got all the plate loaded, pin loaded. It's jam full now. how we overcome fears. Stop listening to what other people will say. Be confident in what MPE, we just trust them, we just do as they say. We found lovely staff, gained more confidence in ourselves. We love what we do and we know what we do is working. And where we are now. We're stepping back. Shana's going to be stopped doing PTs by December. That's a guarantee that we've promised ourselves. We know we're going to be doing 10 grand by December as well. We actually have family time where I get to spend 3.5 days a week with my daughter. I do not work. And the rest of it is done with Shana. So we actually have growing a relationship and growing relationships with my daughter as well. And we're going to have time for our future kid. Much larger revenue. We're doing over double what we did at the start of the year. Love our staff. We absolutely adore our staff for the first time ever. And as I said, we're engaged and we've got a little bub coming and we're going to get married early next year. So that's our story. I know it's a very long story, but I cannot emphasise how tough we were doing it last year, and now I'm chilled. I don't care. I can leave, it's done. I know the PT, the client, my staff are doing the job. So I do appreciate your time. And now you've got 2 more people to listen to.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.